Hi guys, good morning. Welcome to my channel Technical Adhacham. So today we will finish the OOPS concept. So this is the part 3 video of OOPS. So let's see what we will cover here. So guys, in the last two videos we covered what is OOPS, how OOPS useful, what is inheritance. These three things we covered in the part 1 video. And in the second part we covered what is abstraction, what is abstract class, what is interface, what is the difference between abstract class and interface, and what is encapsulation. That in the second part we covered the up to from abstraction to encapsulation we covered in the second part. Now in the third part we will cover what is polymorphism, what mean by overriding, what mean by overreading method, what is method overloading, what is method hiding, what is runtime polymorphism, what is compile time polymorphism, what is the difference between overriding and overloading, what is the difference between super and this keyword. All the things I will show you in the code. Now come to next slide. So guys, what mean by polymorphism? Polymorphism is the ability of an object to take on many forms, or simply we can say that one object many form. Sorry. If we go for a real world example, a person at the same time can have different characteristics. How? A person can behave as a father, a husband, or an employee. So the same person possesses different behavior in different situations. So this is called polymorphism. How a man shows different behaviors in different situations, as a father, as a husband, and an employee. Like this object will show different forms according to the situation. Let's see how it is. The most common use of polymorphism in OOPS concept is when a parent class reference is used to refer to a child class object. That is totally described like at runtime which class object is created. Is it created a parent class object or it is created a child class object? That will check by the JVM. JVM will check at runtime which class object got created. Is it parent class object created or it is a child class object got created? That thing will check by the JVM. Let's see an example. So I created a class, child class name tree, which parent class is plant, and also I created an interface vegetarian. What I did here, I created a class name tree extends plant implements vegetarian. Okay. So how name tree is related to plant? So name tree in is a relation with plant class. Name tree class in is a relation with vegetarian interface. And name tree in is a relation with himself, means name tree. And name tree is a relation with object. We know that object is the superclass of every class. So I created an object name tree nt equal to new name tree. So simply I created the object and JVM will see or a name tree object got created. Okay. So what I did, I want many form. That I will show you in polymorphism, as I told you before, one object many form. So when I assign the name tree object to vegetarian, now it got changed to vegetarian form. When I assign nt is equal to plant p, then the form got changed to plant. When I assign nt to the object, the form is got changed to object. So here the JVM what will see are a vegetarian reference but name tree object, plant reference, plant class reference but nt object, object class reference but nt object. When I call any method in the plant class reference by using p, suppose In name tree class there is a method void test. My test is system.out.println. My test is very odd, but it is helpful. But it is very healthy to my health. Okay. So when I call the p.test method, then it will JVM will check first which class object got created. Sir, name tree object, this one nt, and it will check a name tree nt equal name tree. Okay sir, name tree object got created. Okay, so in the runtime name tree object got created. When I call the method with p.test method, first it will go to the name tree class. Arey bhaiya, in name tree you have test method. Yes sir, I have test method. Then the output will come as my test is very odd, but it is helpful to health. Okay. So guys, you understand how name tree has different forms here. One is vegetarian form, now one is plant form, and another is object form. Got clarity? Okay. Now come to next slide. Okay. So polymorphism is of two types. So previously we read what is polymorphism. Now we will come inside the polymorphism. Okay. So here Java people to what they told, polymorphism we will divide in two types. One is compile time polymorphism, another is runtime polymorphism. So what mean by compile time polymorphism and what mean by runtime polymorphism? So first we will start from compile time polymorphism. The compile time polymorphism is also called as static polymorphism. This type of polymorphism is achieved by function overloading or method overloading. So guys, all the things is concept of methods only. Compile time polymorphism is saying, okay, I will work on overload method, not go for override. So it is only in one class, not there is no subclass present. So if I create an object in main method and I call the method of that class, the what is in compile time is also same, and when the runtime also same, the same object got created. I will show all the things in code, don't be worried. Just imagine my word. Suppose I have a class test. I have overloaded method. That thing I will tell you. Just simply take, I have a test class and I created a method, m1 method. I wrote inside that method system.out.println, hi, I am a test class. In main method I created the object test t equal to new test and I called the method t.m1. So first what we will do, Java C test.java. While compiling the time, it will check which class object got created. It will same class object got created. No worry. Whatever it will call, it will go to the same class. If I create a object, if I created a child class and then I create the child class object with the parent class reference, then what we will do? Compile gone. At runtime it will check which class object got created. अरे यार ये तो चाइल्ड क्लास का ऑब्जेक्ट क्रिएट हुआ है, तो मेरे को चाइल्ड क्लास में ही जाना है. वो हो जाएगा मेथड ओवरराइडिंग, और दैट इज कॉल्ड रन टाइप पॉलीमॉर्फिज्म. That thing that child class object parent class reference will come on runtime polymorphism. That we will see in the upcoming slides. Now just please concentrate on compile time polymorphism. So here the main character is showing method overloading. So you will see what is the main character or what is the method overloading. When there are multiple functions with the same name but different parameters are available, these methods are called overloaded methods or overloaded functions. So how we will create a overloaded method? I told you, same name but different argument. There are two ways we can create overloaded method: by changing the argument, number of argument. Just concentrate on these two words, number of arguments, by changing the number of arguments, and changing the type of argument. One is number, another is type, and all the things are same. When interviewer asks you how you created overloaded method, you have to tell, sir, I can create overloaded method by changing the number of arguments or by changing the type of arguments. You will be pleased. So let's come to next slide. See guys, as I told, just forget about the right side part, just concentrate on the left side. So I created a test class. In test class I created three methods with same name and same return type. Leave it return type, leave all the things about return type, leave it. That thing I will tell you. Return type one, there is an issue in there in return type in overloaded methods. I will tell you in the next slide. So concentrate on now method name and parameter. First method, fun int a. So how many arguments are there? Only one argument. Okay. Now I have to create the overloaded methods. What condition we need to check? So what condition we need to check? As we can change the number of arguments or can change the type of the arguments. In the second method, what they did, they put two arguments, int a and int b. In third method, what they did, they changed the type of argument. So these three methods are called overloaded method. Yes or no? According to our previous concept, function can be overloaded by change in the number of arguments and change in the type of arguments. Now concept got clear? Okay. So now we will see some rules. Rules of overloading method. So first rule is saying by changing the number of argument. So we can create the overloaded method by changing the number of argument. Second rule is saying by changing the data type. So we can change the data type, so it will create overloaded methods that we saw before. We can overload static method also. We cannot overload by changing the return type only. Guys, I am just explaining you here about the fourth point that I will show you in the code as well. Just concentrate why while changing the return type only I cannot overload the method. Suppose, guys, please concentrate here. Leave the third method. So just concentrate. Leave the second method. Leave the third method. Please leave the third method. Just think there are only two methods available, void fun and void fun. Okay, and the argument in the first method is int a and the second method is also int a. Okay, remove int b. So what I did in the first method, same, I did not change anything, void fun int a. But in the second method I changed the return type to int. अभी int हो गया आपके माइंड में, ठीक है. अभी क्या करेंगे, अभी मेन मेथड. इन मेन मेथड आई क्रिएटेड द ऑब्जेक्ट ऑफ टेस्ट क्लास, टेस्ट t equal to new test, and then I will call the fun method t dot fun by passing 10 as argument. So अभी मेरे को बताओ कौन सा मेथड कॉल होगा. पहला तो सेटिस्फाई कर रहा है और अभी सेकंड भी सेटिस्फाई कर रहा है, तो अभी कॉल जाएगा किसी पे, ये तो कंफ्यूज हो गया जब भी हमको. यहाँ पे एरर आएगा, ambiguity problem. So compiler will give you a red mark in your ID. If you run through command prompt java c, you did that. When you did java c test.java, it will show same method repeated. Okay, I'm not guessing that proper error in command prompt, but in the ID it will show you a red mark. Same, please change something, change the return type to void, otherwise you can take the overloaded method. Okay, so now that we will see in the code, don't worry. Now come to fifth point, type conversion to next higher family. Suppose guys, I have only one method, void font, I have passing char method, and in the second method void font I pass the float method. So guys, what I created the object test equal to new test. Guys, I created the object and called the t.font method by passing 10. So according to our rule number 5, it will not go to the car, so car will get deleted. So what float is saying, I will only take the point numbers, or 0 to left, 0 to right, I will take all the things. So 10 is an integer, so first it will check when JVM will check array, is there any method available who is taking int data type? Sir, no. JVM, sir, no, there is no method available who take int type. Then again JVM come to his own stage, अरे int तो data type नहीं है किसमें. Okay, so the JVM will go to higher family into long. It will go to the class and ask, array, is there any method having a long data type as argument? So JVM, there is no method of long data type in our class. Okay, what JVM will do, it will go to the again higher family float, and it will come to the same class, test class. JVM asking the test class, is there any method available with argument as or parameter as float type? Class test, yes sir, it is available. So what JVM will do, it will print the output of the float method, that float argument method, what is the method name, font, which take the float argument, and what is the system.println is written here, that will print as a output. Okay guys, that thing I will show you in the code, don't be worried. So guys, first thing we will see about we can overload static method or not, that is third rule. Okay, let's go to the Eclipse ID and create a Java project and created a package inside that and created a class overloading. So I created two static method, one is static int. So guys, it is visible, yes, okay, static int multiply, and I provided two parameters, int a and int b, and return, what is return, a into b. Okay, now the method guys, see, multiply same, method name same, here parameter is different, in number no, in type it is different. So both the methods are overloaded method, yes or no? Yes. So it is also returning a into b. Here what I pass, 2 into 4. Okay, and again the call the multiply method by passing the 5 into 5, 6.3. Here I am just showing you static methods are overloaded. I can create overloaded static methods. Okay, now come to second point, type conversion. Okay, so let me comment the first one. Okay, Control S. So I commented the first method. Okay guys, so when I will pass 2 and 4, double type means, so decimal point is there, that is a double point number. Okay, but when I pass int type, as I told you, it will check the higher family. Okay, let me comment this one also. Only I will print 1. Okay. So first what you will check. Then we will go to the overloading class. Are bhaiya overloading. Is there any method available which will take int type as argument? No sir. No JVM sir. There is no method available. Now it will ask for long type. Same thing overloaded. No JVM sir. There is no type of long argument as argument. Then it will take as float or JVM sir. Same thing. There is no float type argument method available. अरे यार ये क्या हो रहा है JVM will think. Okay, now JVM will go as double type. अरे test class, अरे overloading class. Is there any double type argument available? Yes sir, double type argument is available. So what overloading class told? Sir, double type argument is available. Okay, so I am just writing one SYSO. I'm just giving you good clarity here. Good clarity. Double. My argument is double type. Okay, so as I pass int data type, let's see, is it calling the same the multiply method will take the double as argument? Yes or no? We'll see. Let's run the program. Okay, and did not save. Let's save it. Here see, my argument is double type and the answer came. You got the clarity? It will check the higher family. Okay. Now what I will show you by changing the argument. Okay. Let me do Control Z. Okay. So coming to argument type. Okay, shall I remove the static? Let it be, no problem. So I created another method, static int multiply int a comma int b comma int c. It's return type. Okay, return type a into b into c. थोड़ा स्पेस रखिए. Okay, so here I am doing what? I am writing one system.out.println. I am taking three arguments. Here I am just writing so. I am taking 2 arguments. ऐसा मत लिखिए, 2 नंबर लिखिए, ये तो अच्छा समझ में आएगा नहीं. हाँ, 3 नंबर. इसको अभी देखेंगे. अब मैं तो बता दे आपको, और ये टाइप कन्वर्ट करके भी हम ओवरलोडर मेथड क्रिएट कर सकते हैं. ये भी आप एग्जाम्पल देख लिए. अभी देखना था कि नंबर ऑफ आर्गुमेंट चेंज करके देख सकते हैं या नहीं, मतलब ये ओवरलोड होता है या नहीं. ओके, लेट मी क्रिएट अनदर मेथड. Let me clear the console and run it again. See, I am taking 2 number of arguments, output came. I am taking 3 number of arguments, output came. So ओवरलोडेड हुए ना। ओके ये कंसेप्ट क्लियर है। अभी देखेंगे ये रिटर्न टाइप का झोल कैसा है। ओके सो व्हाट आई विल डू हियर, just removing one argument. Let me remove the system.order. Let me comment or remove the line. Okay, what I will do here, 1 minute, let me do Control Z. What I will do here, I will remove the return type and I will make this method as void. Okay, let me remove the space. Okay, let me see guys, what is the error it came. Rename the method. Two methods are same, leave it the third. I will consider this first. Two methods are same but the return type is different, so it will throw ambiguity problem. If I change the method then it will accept. So overloaded telling what it is telling, I will concentrate on method name and the arguments. If I make the both are same but change the return type, that it will not consider as overloaded methods, it will throw compile time error. Guys please concentrate on that. Now I covered all the things. Okay, now I will show you compile time polymorphism. Okay, let's remove the static keyword. I am taking 3 arguments. Okay, but now I can call these methods by using this, and so I will create the object of overloading. Okay. Okay. Dot. Okay guys, see what I did here. I created the object of the overloading method. Okay, so what compile time it the code will see at the runtime also same. Compile time overloading method, runtime also same method of same object got created. Overloading object got created and compile time also same object got created. When I call the method by passing the argument, it will call the matching argument. So it as I pass the 2 and 4, it will call the which method having the 2 argument method. That is at the compile time it is got fixed. So I will only call the method which having 2 argument. So for this reason that is called compile time polymorphism. So at the from compile time onwards it got fixed which method I need to call. Okay. So guys, compile time polymorphism understood. Now come to next slide. So what mean by runtime polymorphism? So guys, runtime polymorphism is also called as dynamic method dispatch. That dynamic runtime I will tell you on the code. Just for interview purpose, just remember runtime also known as dynamic method dispatch. Sometime interviewer will ask you what is mean by dynamic method dispatch. At that time, don't forget our concept runtime polymorphism. The interviewer only asking about runtime polymorphism. Don't confuse on the terms dynamic method dispatch. So runtime polymorphism is a process in which a function called to the overridden method is resolved at runtime. So guys, what mean by overridden method? Suppose M1 method is present in parent class and I extend parent class from child. So child extends parent. So the M1 method got also available in child class. That M1 method which come to child class by inheritance or overriding, that method is called overridden method. So the M1 method is called in the child class as overridden method and the process is called overriding. Okay, got the point? The process is called overriding and the method is called overridden method. It all said at runtime because JVM will check at runtime which class, I just wrote wrongly, which class object got created. According to that, it calls the overridden method. So we will see, as we are achieving runtime polymorphism by using method overriding, we will see what is method overriding in the next slide. So guys, we have some rules in the method overriding and we will see in the IDE also. In the Eclipse we will see the code also. Okay, don't be worried. So method overriding is a feature that allows a subclass to provide the implementation of a method which is already provided by one of its parent class. अभी ये मत कंफ्यूज हो जाना कि इट्स वन ऑफ इट्स पेरेंट क्लास हो सकता है, एक्सटेंड फ्रॉम क्लास हो सकता है और इंप्लीमेंट फ्रॉम इंटरफेस भी हो सकता है. डोंट बी वरी हियर. फर्स्ट रूल, ओवरराइडिंग इज टेलिंग सेम मेथड नेम, सेम पैरामीटर एंड सेम रिटर्न टाइप. तीनों थिंग्स मस्ट बी सेम. सेकेंड इज सेइंग parent class protected method can be overridden in child class by public specifier. Okay, that thing we will also see. Third is saying private method and final method cannot be overridden. In second part, what we learn? Private method only access inside the class, not outside the class. So now in the concept of overriding, child class came. How it will access? No. Static method cannot be overridden because static method will not come to the concept of object. Static method only come to the concept of class. I can call the static method by using the class name. Previous in the method overloading, I created some static methods and I show you I call the static method by using the class name only. But if you write same method of parent class in child class, but if you write same method of parent class in child class, that is called method hiding. So the if I create the object of child class, but I am calling by using the parent class reference, so it will call the parent class static method. If I create the object by using child class reference, then it will call the child class static method. Okay, that we will see in the code. Fifth rule, overriding method should same return type or its subtype return type. That thing also we will see in the code. Suppose I have one method have return type as object, another is string, then which method it will call? That in the means is it possible or not? Overriding is possible or not? Okay, that thing we will see in the code. Now come to the next slide. Okay, go to next slide. First we will see in the Eclipse how method overriding is working. Okay, same thing I did. I create the Java project name oops. I created a package. I created a class, overriding class. Okay guys, so I created a class parent. I created a method print, and I created a subclass extend parent. I override the method void print. See guys, the process of taking the parent class method into the child class is overriding, and the method is called, the print method is called overridden method. And in the subclass 2 I extend the subclass to extend parent, and I override the method of print void print, and I write the output. Okay, I take a parent class reference. Now I create the subclass object as runtime object, subclass object. So what compiler will do? In the runtime, okay, so compiler will first compile the code and see array subclass object got created. So in the runtime, but the compiler will think as parent class reference is parent class, so it will call the parent class method. But at runtime it will change. The JVM will check which class object got created. So the subclass 1 object created and subclass 2 object got created. When I call the method by using parent class reference a.print, both the cases, it will first check in the subclass print method available, yes or no. Yes means print that method. No means go to parent and check available, then print. Otherwise, method is not available. Okay, let's see. As print method is available in the both the child classes, it will print or not. Let's run the code. Oh, sorry. Why it is taking what I did overriding. I create a method. So now run it. Okay, see guys, as print method available in both the subclass, it will print subclass 1 and subclass 2. Now guys, now we will see if the same method not present in the child class, is it going to call the parent class method or not? We will see that. So what I did in subclass 1, I commented the overridden method. So what I did here, I create the object of subclass. So according to our concept, so JVM will go to the first subclass 1 class. It will check if print method is available or not. If not, then it will go to the parent class. If print method available, then it will print. In the parent class, I have the print method. Let's see what it will print. See, parent class. Our concept is right. Yes, at runtime it will decide which class method I need to call to give the output. So this is called runtime polymorphism. So now guys, we will see why static method will not take part in the overriding concept. So guys, what I will do, I will create a static method here. Static int m1, and I will take as 2 input, int a comma int b, and I will write the system.out.println. I am parent class static method return okay, let me copy the same method. I will print in the subclass one and child class. In the main method I need to call it dot first set 20. So what I did, guys, I created a static method in the parent class, and I wrote the output println as parent class static method and return type as a into b, and also in the child class same, and I wrote in the child, I just outprint system.println child class static method. So I did in subclass 1. Okay, so now what I did, first I called by using the parent class reference. So what I told here, the static methods are not taking part of in the concept of runtime polymorphism. Why? Because it will not as I told, it will not, the static methods are not the concept in the object, it will concept of the class. So which class it is, that class static method got called. It will not bother about the object. Let's see. As I created a parent class reference, and by using the but I created the child class object by using the parent class reference, and I called the m1 method static method by using the parent class reference. According to our concept, it will call the parent class static method. Let's see. Let's run. Okay, let's set the code and first subclass 1, then it because I am the parent class static method, because I did not provide any return type int x is equal to data type 1, y is so x, so it will print the value of the x now. Okay, 200. So how can I call the child class static method? I need to create the child class reference. Okay, sc dot yes. Let's see it is calling or not. See, I am child class static method. Okay guys, so got clear. So static methods are not taking part in overriding. If I did that, then that is called method hiding. Okay guys, now we will see the private method and the final methods are overridden or not. Suppose in my class I created a private method, private void and 2. So I am parent private. Shall I override the m2 method? Let's see. So guys, here what I did, I modified something in the code. So what I did, I created an abstract class and I created a private abstract method. So what I will do, every abstract method the beverage in the child class I would provide the implementation. Okay, but as I created a private abstract method, can I override this? No, because private is not accessible outside the class, so you cannot override. So it is saying the abstract method M2 in type overriding can only set visibility modifier, one of public or protected. Private is not allowed. So guys, you got clarity. Private methods will not be overridden. Now we'll check for final method. So I created a what I did, guys, I created a final method, public final void m1. So I will println system.out.println hi. So I will override this m1 method. See guys, if I override this method, so it will what is telling, remove final modifier of overriding m1 method. So we got the clarity here. Final methods will not be came into picture when we are doing runtime polymorphism. Means final method will not take participate in the overriding concept. Okay, so what left behind? So I completed all the things. Now we will come to the next slide. So what is the difference between method overloading and overriding? Overloading is used to increase the readability of the program, but method overriding is used to provide the specific implementation of the method that is already provided by its superclass. Method overloading saying it is performed within the class, but method overriding occurs in two classes that have a easy relationship, means inheritance. In case of method overloading, parameter must be different. In case of method overriding, parameter must be same. Method overloading is the example of compile time polymorphism, and method overriding is the concept of runtime polymorphism. In Java, method overloading cannot be performed by changing return type of the method only. Return type can be same or different in the method overloading, but you must have to change the parameter. Okay guys, all the things I describe in the code as well, in the coding as well. I already showed you. But in the method overriding, return type must be same or covariant in method overriding. What mean by covariant? Covariant is telling, this is a concept which mainly avoid the class cast exception. So if I use covariant written in method overriding, covariant return type, then we definitely avoid the class cast exception that I will show you in the code. So now you will understand what is covariant. So I created a class A and created a method whose return type is A, and I return this. So I will tell you what is this and super in the next concept, in the next slide. So I created a public class covariant which extends A, and again override the method, but the return type is different. Covariant I did with the class name. So when I also created a method void message. When I call the covariant of get method by using covariant object, so it will print what? Return this. This means current class object, and it will call the method which is present in the current class, so it will not get confused, and we don't require the type casting if I use covariant return type here. Now come to next slide. So this and super, what is the difference between this? This represents the current instance of a class, but super represents the parent class of the current class. this is used to call the default constructor of the same class, but super used to call the default constructor of the parent or base class. This is used to access method from the current class, and super used to access the method of the base class, used for pointing the current class instance, and super is used to pointing the super class instance. And this is the must be the first line of a block, and super will be the first line of a block, but both the things cannot be available in the same block. We cannot put at a time this and super because it will violate the concept. Okay guys, let's see in the code. So guys, now I will start first concept around this keyword. So I created a class test, and I created two variables. One is instance, one is static variable. Int a equal to 10 and static int b equal to 20. And I created a method void if it is something. So here this dot a. So I created a method show method. I did some modification in the code, and I call the instance variable this dot a, and I assign previously it is 10. When I use this keyword, so it will provide the current class and current class a method, a variable, and it will be, I just modify the value to 100 and let it be printing 100 or 10. We will see. And second same again, this it will refer to the current class, and by using the class name, I just call the p value, and I will change to 600. Sorry guys, I got little cold. Then I print the system.pre. So I created the object new test, and I call the show method. Let's see what it is printing. See, it is printing 100 and 600. Okay guys, this is the keyword which only refer to the current object, so it will not come inside the static area. Let's see, if I remove this, is it throwing the compiled error or not? Yes, cannot use this in a static context, so we cannot use this here in the static area. Now we will go to check the super keyword. So for now we will see the code for super keyword. So the super keyword mainly come into the concept of when there is a parent class and child class is there. So I created a class vehicle, and I give the instance variable int max speed equal to 120. I created a subclass of vehicle car, and I put the max speed as 180. When I wrote a method void display, and I did the system.out.println max speed. I just did what? Super.max speed. So what mean by super here? Super will go to the parent class vehicle, and it will print the what is the max speed in the super class, that will print here. Let's see. And then I created a car small, and I create the child class object, and I call the display method. Let's see, it is printing the parent class max speed or child class max speed. Sorry, some problem occur here. Let me see what is the error. Okay, now guys, let's see what is the max speed. See, max speed is 120. Let me run it again. Max speed is 120 because if as I use super, then it will go to the parent class and check them what is the max speed, then that it printed. If I remove the super keyword, then see what it will print. 180, it is come from child class. Also I can use this dot. If I use this dot max speed, then it will refer to the current class max speed. See, it will print the 180. See, you will print the current class max speed. So guys, got cleared in all the things. So guys, got clear in the this and super, what is the difference, how it is work? Okay guys, kindly let me know if you have any questions or if you need any more clarification on the concept. Which concept, please ping me. Thank you guys for watching my channel, watching my video also. Please don't forget to like, subscribe and share. Thank you guys, thank you so much.